Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Eric Green, Green's Junk Removal. Glad you're back. It is a really hot day today. Just kidding, it is like 17 degrees. It's freezing. You can see the pile of snow, all nasty. There ain't nothing pretty about that. People say it's beautiful in the winter. There ain't nothing beautiful about that. That's gross. So I want to talk a little bit about marketing, what I'm doing in the winter, specifically to drum up business, how to get my phone to ring. I want to talk about some motivation, inspiration, because I gotta say 95% of success, it's up here, man, it's upstairs. 95% of success is upstairs in your brain. It's in your mind, state of mind. Only 5% is technical, strategic, what we're actually doing. So I want to talk a little bit about that. But first, I need my Starbucks. Y'all know I like my Starbucks. I love me some, I need my caffeine, man. I need my caffeine. I used to be a barista. Long time ago, I used to be a barista at Starbucks. I actually used to work at that one right there. So I'm gonna go in there and get me some coffee. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. There she is, the siren. That's called a siren. And she's smiling. She's happy. More importantly, I'm happy. I'm happy because I got my Starbucks so I can keep working. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about marketing, like I said I was going to, and what we're doing. Now the first thing you guys should be doing, I've talked a lot about this, guerrilla marketing. All right, as you can see, I am at the Target parking lot. A lot of cars coming in and out, as you can see, all over the place. Tons of cars all day coming in. People go to Starbucks, they go to Target, there's a Walmart over there, and let's stand back so you guys can see. This is why I love my box truck. Look at that thing, man. You can see that a mile away. And this right here has way more than paid for my truck many times over. This ginormous, huge billboard. People see that driving. It's huge. So I know most people don't have a box truck, and there's a lot of opinions on that. Okay. You got to get some kind of sign on your truck. Your truck, I mean, if you have magnets, man, if that's all you got, fine. But I really highly recommend you get some, at least vinyl lettering. Now that's not vinyl, or that's vinyl lettering. That's not a wrap. All right, that's just vinyl. I paid a few $100 for it. And I have a friend that has her own business. She has her own local tire business. They resell used tires, and so she was able to do that for me for pretty cheap. She's a friend of mine. But you got to network with people. Network with other businesses, other professionals, okay? And they're gonna be able to help you out, all right? So my friend, she was able to do this for me for a few $100, and whatever kind of truck you have, you just have a pickup, if you have a trailer, man, you definitely gotta get it lettered. And don't put all your services on there. That's just my opinion, because when you're driving down, other cars you're driving, right? They're driving. They don't have time to they're gonna read. They're gonna look at the fine print. They're gonna try to read everything, but you don't want them to read everything. They don't need to know, that you do estate cleanouts and eviction cleanouts and hot tub removals, and you remove mattresses and TVs. They don't need to know all the services and products that you clean out. And again, I'm not knocking anybody that does that, because I have another business, as I said, a pressure washing business, and I have my services on there, and I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't put all that on there. I still get phone calls off of it, my other truck that has all my services on it. But what I found that works really, really well is just that, right? Just having especially with junk removal. You know, with pressure washing, my other business, if you do other services, you know, you might want to put some other descriptions on there. But for junk removal, man, it's pretty clear what we do. We haul junk. So if you don't have your truck logoed up, get it logoed up. That should be your very first piece of, if you're going to spend any kind of dollars on marketing, your very first investment for marketing needs to be your truck, because you're driving that truck everywhere. Okay, so that's my very first piece of advice for marketing, is get your truck lettered up. Okay, that's number one. Number two, okay, I'm going to talk about some other things that people don't, there's a lot of controversy, some lead generation companies. I'm going to talk about that in a second. You probably know who I'm talking about. But I'm a big fan of boots on the ground marketing. All right, I call it BOG marketing, man. BOG, B-O-G, boots on the ground marketing. And that's basically handing out flyers, door to door, not flyers, but like people call them door hangers. Excuse me, I got the Rona. No, I don't have the Rona. I'm just kidding. But no, the door hangers. Here's what I use. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I do. This is a postcard here. I'll flip this around so I can show you. All right, this is just something I made. Okay, this is not anything fancy. Do not worry about it being fancy. I want to explain this. All right, so as you can see, all right, I do have the list of my services, examples of what we do, right? Because this is something that I'm going to leave at their house, at their door. So I do want to give them examples. What I was talking about before is just junk removal, like for the sign. You don't need anything crazy. You know, have your website on there, especially if they can book online. Little incentive to save $20. And I know I have something kind of cheesy, restoring happiness by removing the anxiety caused by clutter. I know it's kind of cheesy. I made it up. If you like it, feel free to use it. But ultimately, clutter causes anxiety, and that's ultimately what we do, is we make people feel better by getting rid of the crap they have. On the back, I just put single item pickup or full clean out, you know, and you can rate it there, you know. So this is exactly what the card looks like. All right. And what I do is I just get a piece of Scotch tape, all right, tear off quarter of an inch, put it right at the top here, and I just tape it to the customer's door. So I just walk up door to door. I got a whole box of these. They got 1,000 of them. I get these printed from a company called UZ Marketing. I'll put the website in the description below. I don't get any kind of commission. I should be an affiliate for them, actually, because I really like them a lot. So maybe I will be, but as of right now, I'm not an affiliate for them. But anyway, yeah, it's UZ Marketing. UZ Marketing. I have no idea what the UZ is for, why they call it that. It looks like US Marketing, but it's UZ Marketing. And so you can design them yourself. Those are 4x6 postcards for mailing, but I don't mail them. I just go door to door. Now, I get 1,000 for, I think right now, the price has been the same for a while. I've been using them for about a year now. And the price is, I think it's $65 for 1,000. I mean, the more bulk you get, I think for 2,500, it's like $100, like $108 or something like that. So you get discounts. You know, 5,000 is like 160 or whatever. So anyway, here's why I love postcards and I love door hangers. Now, you could use door hangers if you want. Postcards are cheaper than door hangers, than what you just leave on someone's door. So number one, I'm cheap, you know. I'm not cheap, but you know, you gotta be smart with your money. You gotta optimize everything, right? So I like the postcards because they're 4x6 postcards, so they are less expensive than regular door hangers. Now, the downside of the postcards is you have to tape them. You have to carry tape, but I mean, Scotch tape is, you know, cheap. And all you need is like a little tiny quarter of an inch, and you tape it to their door. Now, the other reason, other than the fact that the postcards are cheaper, The other reason that I like them over door hangers is because a lot of people don't use their front door. A lot of people use the side door, they use the back door, they go through the garage. And so when you put a door hanger on the doorknob, they may not see it for a while. I mean, eventually they're gonna see it. But you know, they may not see it for a while. A flyer, a postcard that's taped to their front door, and make sure you tape it to the glass. You know, just be careful taping it to, like, you know, some doors are really nice. They have like a finish on them. You don't want, like, you're putting tape on it, you don't want to take any kind of finish off. That's never happened. I mean, that probably wouldn't happen because you just tape, and those, you know, I'm sure the finish on those doors are pretty strong. I'm just saying, just be careful. I usually put it on glass. And the benefit of that is if you to put a postcard on their front door, especially if it's glass, they're going to be able to see it from the inside of their house. So even if they don't ever use their front door, well, they're inside the house, so they're going to be able to see it from the inside, and they're going to be like, oh, what's that? And they're going to go and they're going to get it and they're going to look at it and see what it is. So it catches their attention more, because, I mean, how often are things taped to your front door? I mean, not very often. And usually if they are, it's like not a good thing. Like, you know, turning off my heat or something like that, right? Some kind of, you know, notice from like a gas bill or something like that, right? So it trains them to focus and be like, oh, what's this? Like, they want to know, because they don't ever get things taped to their door. The other reason, okay, so for door hangers, what kind of return do you get? Any kind of cold marketing that you do, okay, whether it's door hangers, direct mail, door knocking, cold calling. I mean, nobody really cold calls or door knocks anymore, at least, especially not in our business. But if you do that, any kind of cold marketing that you're doing, that's where you're marketing to somebody. That's even like Google ads is you know, Facebook ads, those are cold. You can expect about a 1 to 3% return. Okay, so if you send out 1,000 postcards and you get, say, a 1%, okay, that's 10 jobs or 10 people, 10 conversions, 10 people calling you off of 1,000 postcards. And that's like 1%, which it depends on the time of year that you're doing it. It depends how good your offer is, how good your marketing piece is. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But everything that I've seen, all my experience has been, when I send out 1,000 postcards, I get about, you know, 10 to 20 jobs out of it off the bat. Now, the other big reason I love doing door hangers is people hold on to them, right? So they get your postcard. Again, most people throw them out, right? I mean, that's just how it is. It's just trash to them, right? So they just chuck it. But you're gonna get people that hold on to those postcards for months. I mean, I've gotten, you know, for, again, our other business that we do, pressure washing, I've had people call me a year later, you know, 8 months later, a year later, 15 months later, and they say, hey, I got this postcard and it says, you know, this, and this. I'm like, man, our postcards don't look like that anymore. So I know they're old, and people hold on to them, especially older people. They'll get the card and they'll shove it away because they know they need to do it, and they just keep forgetting about it. I've had so many people say, oh, I've had your postcard for months, and I always keep looking at it saying, I gotta call these guys, and they do. So there's a long-term residual effect when you spend time to go door to door passing out flyers. Okay, now you do not knock on doors. I would not recommend doing that, especially during the coronavirus situation. And not only that, but a lot of towns, townships and counties and cities have regulations on door knocking, so you have to be very cautious with that. A lot of times you need like a permit to be able to knock on doors. You do not, and as far as I can see, I mean, check with your county, but I never checked with mine because I mean, I pretty much just know the rules. I've consulted with enough people that it seems pretty universal, at least in the United States, that you do not need any kind of permit to go door to door and leaving behind literature. So if it's a door hanger, a flyer, or whatever, as long as you're not knocking on the door and actually soliciting, you know, like trying to sell them something, like by knocking, if you're just leaving behind literature of some sort, for me, they're postcards, That's perfectly legal. I mean, that's basically what the post, the post office does, right? When you get your mail delivered, there is somebody that's coming to your house and leaving behind stuff at your door, right? And some of it is stuff that you don't want, like that you didn't order, right? So it's not like the UPS man that's delivering a package you ordered. The mail is stuff that's like garbage, trash mail, right? So it's garbage mail. You didn't request that, but yet it's still showing up to your house. So everything that I've seen is there's nothing illegal about leaving behind information. If you want to knock on doors, that's perfectly fine. Again, do that at your own risk. And you might want, if you're going to do a lot of it, you might want to check with your county. Okay. But that's one thing that I do a lot, okay, is pass out flyers. Anytime you do a junk removal job, and this just takes a little bit of mental effort, takes a little bit of decision that, it's easy to forget to do it. So I call them, and they're called 5-arounds. So what you do is when you do a job, a junk removal job at a residential home, take your door hanger or your postcard and go to the 5 surrounding homes. So if you're at a job right now, put a door hanger on the house to the right, the house to the left, and the 3 in front of you. Okay, and you'll be surprised how many jobs that you get. If you do that every single job, it only takes like 5 minutes to do, to go door to door. I mean, a lot of times homes are really close together. For suburban homes just like in regular, suburbs where they're, it's not in the city and it's not in the country, just typical suburbs. I can pass out about 50 to 60 flyers per hour. Now, if they're like townhomes and it's like door after door, I could do like 100 in like 20 minutes. But just regular suburban homes with driveways and everything, I could do about 50 to 60 per hour. So it's about 1 per minute. So I'll walk up the driveway, tape it, walk down the driveway, go to the next house. It typically takes about 60 seconds to go door to door. So, if you're doing a junk haul, man, just go take 5 minutes. Like take 5 minutes of your job, and before or after. I mean, I think before is better, but and then just go door to door. Just 5, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, and 3 in front of you. And you'll be surprised how many calls that you get from that. So it's just a great way to do it. All right, so let me talk a little bit more about some other options. All right, so I'm going to create a separate video where I go door to door passing out these flyers that I just showed you, because I want to prove to you that I can do it. But I'm going to create another video here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, just know that boots on the ground marketing is where it's at. So if you're just starting out and you have more time than you do dollars, right? If you have a lot more time and you don't have as many jobs coming in, and you need, the problem is with money and marketing is you need, money from jobs to market, but you need marketing to get jobs. So the easiest way to do that the cheapest way to do that is to get some flyers. And if you can't even afford $65 from using marketing, print some off at your house. That was the very first flyers that I ever did. I printed off from my home computer. I used colored paper. Don't use colored ink because it's cheaper to use colored paper. So just get some cardstock from Staples and use colored paper and just regular black ink, and print them off in 4x6s. So do one sheet, and then put each flyer in 4 sections of the 8x11, and then just cut them up, and then go door to door. It's even cheaper yet. Okay, so, but either way, boots on the ground marketing is where it's at. That's just one way to pass out flyers. I'll talk about other ways as well. But if you have more time than you do dollars, then the easiest and most inexpensive way to get business and to get your name out there is to go door to door passing out flyers. Okay, people need junk removal. That is a fact. People in your community, in your neighborhood, maybe even your next door neighbor, they need someone to remove the garbage and junk from their home. They just don't know that you exist. So the only way to get them to know that you exist, one of the ways and the most inexpensive way, these door hangers. Okay, I hope this helped. If you liked this video, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, just so I know that you like this, and so I'd appreciate that. Again, I'm going to be making a video here shortly showing myself actually going door to door, passing out these flyers, so you know that I'm not just blowing smoke, that I'm actually doing what I'm saying, what I'm recommending. So, all right, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.